it's a hard thing because we are fulfilling ourselves as artists, but at the same time, hopefully fulfilling other people. And so there has to be like a duality there.
Welcome to Client Convos. This is just something that I'm going to do once in a while where I sit down with one of my video clients and simply have a conversation about collaboration and our working relationship, giving you an inside look on the filmmaking process. My next guest is an LA-based musician I worked with on a music video for her song, Ride. Please welcome Sylvia Bosco. All right, Sylvia, how are you?
All right, I'm doing good. Doing good.
So we've known each other for a few years and we've worked on a few videos.
Yeah.
And you've been really busy the past couple years doing performances and recording music. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, in 2017, just a few years ago, I decided to for my New Year's resolution, I just decided I'm just gonna focus on music. And so after I graduated, I was like, this is what I want to do. Like, I want to just do music. So I pretty much quit everything I was doing and I started playing a bunch of different types of gigs. So I would do like farmers markets and vintage craft fairs and like anywhere I could like play at, I would do that. Mm-hmm. And that kind of led to more gigs. So I would perform at, actually at places where I would get paid, like breweries and wine bars and different places like that, restaurants. And it was really just a way for me to like get more comfortable with performing in front of people and just build my repertoire and grow my following and build a base and things like that, and meeting people. So I've been doing music for a few years, just doing that. So I stopped doing a lot of the cover gigs and I just kind of reshifted my focus because although I love those gigs, I'm really an artist. I'm really like a singer-songwriter. And so I wanted to start playing more of my own shows, playing my own songs, and really connecting with people through my songs. Mm-hmm. And so I started playing more of my own shows, different songwriter showcases, and then I started playing with my band. And yeah, so here I am, finally starting to release music and videos, and yeah.
Yeah, you just released the music video for Ride, which we worked on together.
Yes.
How's the response been?
The response has been great. I mean, so many people have really have shown so much excitement for it, especially now because it's such a fun song and the video itself is just like a total escape from what's happening in the world right now. And that's exactly what I wanted for the song and the video, is just for it to be like, a total escape. Mm-hmm. Like visually, sonically, I wanted it to be the type of thing where people can listen to it and just have a good time and dance and just enjoy themselves for a minute. So I think people really like that. And they're having fun. And that's really great. That's all I want.
Yeah.
For people to have fun.
Yeah, that's so great to hear when a video that I've made for somebody really has a positive response and a lot of people connect to it, because that's really the whole point.
Yeah.
Right? Is we make even though we're making this music and making these videos for people to watch, we're also doing it for ourselves. So it feels good when you really invest a lot of yourself into something that you're passionate about, like your music, or for me, the videos that I make for people. When people are able to connect and respond to it in that way, it's just awesome. Like, it makes all of the struggles that occurred along the way of creating it that much more worth it. Because this video definitely had a lot of challenges and things that kind of went sideways and stuff, but we pulled through, and we came out with a great video.
Yeah.
And since there's such a positive response around it, that's like, it makes it all worth it, like exactly. All of the hard work that was put into it and all that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting you said a second ago that, we do this for other people, but we do it for ourselves. And I think being an artist is kind of a selfish endeavor because we really do it for ourselves. We get joy out of creating music, and we get joy out of all these things, and it's an outlet for us to be able to write something or create something, and we do it for ourselves. We of course do it for other people. We want people to watch it and enjoy it, but we do it for ourselves, and it's hard. It is, it's a hard thing because we are fulfilling ourselves as artists, but at the same time, hopefully fulfilling other people, and so there has to be like a duality there. And that's just like an interesting thing I think about a lot because, we get pleasure out of doing this, and, we need to do it. We're artists, but we just hope that that's being received from our audience as not selfish, as it's for them as much as it is for us too.
Wow. Yeah, and plus this video is really unlike anything I've ever created before. It's a pop song, and it's a very fun and high energy song. Because the music videos that I started out doing was for metal bands and punk bands and just totally different genre than some of the stuff I've been doing recently.
Yeah.
And doing all that was cool, but I really wanted to spend this year up-leveling my portfolio and kind of making videos for other genres that have a wider audience. And to really challenge myself as a filmmaker that wants to do videos of diversifying my work, sure. Challenging myself and doing things that I haven't done before, trying to do something different. And this video really it was a huge challenge because I hadn't ever really done anything like this, but I felt that drive. I use that as motivation and a drive to put something together and have a big vision for this video. And it was super fun to work with you on, because it was such a collaborative thing. It wasn't all you, it wasn't all me. It was just literally both of us putting our heads together,
bouncing off each other.
Yeah.
I think that's how when it's going to be good, when it's really collaboration, because that it's two forces, coming together, making something really big.
Yeah.
It's always bigger when there's more, more heads involved.
This is another video where I started doing this too, is a lot of pre-planning. I remember you and I having a lot of conversations on the phone, and I'd be on my lunch break just talking to you and getting ideas.
Yeah.
Because I first approached you because I wanted to offer you a music video, and I asked you do you have any songs in mind that you would like to make the video for, and you picked Ride. And I'm pretty sure I had already heard the song.
Yeah.
And I was oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
And we just started throwing ideas around. I think we both agreed we want to see actual rides, roller coasters or something.
Yeah.
So then we picked the Santa Monica area.
Yeah.
That would be super fitting. And then we just started planning everything. I pretty much had the same process at this point. Is I listened to the song 100 times. Every day I'm just listening to it, and I'm trying to visualize, and I think about the conversations that we had and what your ideas were and what my ideas are, and then I read the lyrics, and then sometimes I ask, like, what does this song mean to you? Like, you wrote the song, like, where does it come from? What does it mean to you? And stuff like that. And I kind of take all that and I just start to like marinate something, like just like visualize, okay, like what kind of camera movements, like what kind of location, just like all that stuff.
I like that you use the word marinate.
Yeah.
Because actually that's like a great like analogy, because when I listen to music, I really want to digest it. You know, you have to really digest it. The lyrics, you know, everything that's happening in the song sonically, it's really important to digest it, because I think that's when you internalize it and you actually create like emotions, you know, to it. Like my favorite songs I've listened to 100 times because now I have an emotional connection to it, you know, and I think that's what's so important in like creating, in this case, a video. Like you really, I could tell that you were like invested in it because you listened to it and you let it marinate. You know, that's important. Yeah. And so I think that's why I feel like it came out so good, was because like we both really let it sink in what we wanted to do. And we went through so many different ideas. But also there was a really great layer of spontaneity that I think really made the video come alive. You know, just like rolling with the punches, doing things that we didn't think of. Sometimes you can do so much planning and then you get there and you're like, well, let's not do that. Let's just do this. And it turns out way better. And I think we were both like really open to trying things. And that was so fun. I'll definitely never forget the moment when I had to stand up on the platform instead of like...
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. I remember asking him, like, you want me to get up on there? And you're like, yeah. And I was like, great. Yeah. In front of all these people.
Yeah, because I, like, going back to when I was, like, trying to visualize what I wanted, like, there were certain, like, sequences for certain parts of the song that I wanted to do. So, and I knew how I wanted the shot. Like, okay, I want you like in the promenade, but I want it to be a low angle, like looking up at you. Yeah. And then I wanted the palm trees in the background. So like we get there, and then I'm like looking around trying to figure out how I'm gonna get it, and there was like these platforms there, and like I stood in a spot, and I'm like, okay, she has to stand up there, and we're gonna film it like this, and it'll be like this angle, and like it'll be perfect. Yeah. So then that's when I like told you about it, like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. And then you're like, oh shoot.
I was like, oh no. Yeah. But it turned out really great because, you know, there's a little bit of getting out of your comfort zone. Yeah. That makes you. Yeah. That makes you come alive. Yeah. You know, and it really brings the song to life. Yeah. You know.
Yeah, and I knew it wasn't going to be like the most comfortable situation to put you in, because like we're in public, you're like standing on this platform, like it's going to bring a lot of attention to you, and you're going to be like lip syncing to this song. So it's like, so I knew what I was like asking you, what I was asking from you, but I'm thinking like, you know, this is for the video. Like, you know. But that was kind of like the great thing, is that that's what the song is about. Taking a risk, you know, going for it, and just rolling with the punches. Yeah. You know, like you can't predict things. And like even in love, you can't predict your love life. You can't plan it out. Like, I know people are like, oh, I want to get married by this age, or I want to have kids by this age. You really can't do that, because you meet somebody who changes everything for you. You know, can change your whole perspective on love. And I think that is the thing about life that, you know, is a ride. You just go for it, and people change you, and you're changed, and you can't live your life based off of plans. I think you can
have dreams, and that's really important, and have goals, but you have to be able to allow yourself to go with the ride, in a sense, you know, like take the risks, do the things that you wouldn't normally do. And I think life gets better when you do that. It's better than your plans, because it's not what you expect. Let's say everything happened according to plan. How boring would that be?
Yeah.
Why, you know, like, how boring would that be? And people do it every day. People do exactly what they've planned themselves to do every day. And that's fine. I have coffee every morning. That's not so boring. I'm just kidding. But maybe it is boring. But I think that is allowing yourself to really like let yourself live and have fun and go for a ride. It's like so much more exciting that way. And I really liked how the video turned out to be exactly what I was trying to say in the song. Like, even behind the scenes stuff was really all about that. So that was great.
Yeah, like all the spontaneity aspect of video is like, you definitely nailed, because you definitely nailed it, because like there is a magic that happens on set. Because even though I put a lot of emphasis these days on like pre-production and like planning and having a screenplay and really like visualizing the whole video of like, because it just helps to be on the same page of like what it is we're doing. That way you're not getting on set and you're like, all right, so what were you thinking? Like, did you have any ideas? Like that's
I mean in this situation that's necessary. Yeah, you have to have some sort of guideline. Yeah, like a map.
Yeah, especially since like I consider myself like a professional now, and I want to be as effective and really utilize the time, because like video, it takes forever to like set up things. Sure. And figure out where you're gonna film and like what you're gonna film, and to have like a plan, to have some sort of guideline to like really go off of for like what it is that you're creating, and be on the same page with everybody, so not everyone's like wondering what's going on. Exactly. It really makes a huge difference, and it makes a difference for editing too, because then you have your whole like shot list and your whole screenplay, and all you got to do is like follow that and polish it up from there, like plug everything in where it's supposed to be. And but there's also that, it's also like finding a balance of all of that with being open to the magic that's going to happen on set. Right. Because a lot of that stuff is like, some of it you can't write, or some of it is unpredictable, because you could do all this planning, but then once you get on into the actual environment that you're going to be filming in, it could kind of like change everything. And maybe not like change everything, but it could kind of influence the ideas you already had, like in a certain way. Yeah. So you kind of like change the way you're going to film, or you change the lighting a little bit.
It's like there's like a saying for that. It's like you do all the preparation, you practice, you do this and that, and then when you get to the stage, or when you get to the performance, you forget all about that. But it's still in the back of your mind, so you're still kind of subconsciously following it, but then you let yourself go. Yeah. And that's when the magic happens, because you did the preparation, you did all the work beforehand, and then you get there and you just enjoy it.
Yeah, because like, like working with you and Fabio, like I had a general, like we both knew what we wanted to capture, but I didn't really give you guys exact direction. I didn't say, okay, you're gonna do this on this moment and like this and that. I mean, there was some of that, but it was mostly, we went to the arcade and I just had my camera and I was just following you guys around, and I was kind of letting you guys just do your thing, and just like you both did so well.
That was so fun.
Like someone told me oh my God, they're such a cute couple. Like, are they together?
Really?
I'm like, no, they're just professional like that. Like, she's an actress and he is, he's always comes through with stuff. Yeah. So, like, you guys really nailed it with, like, showing the chemistry that was supposed to be there.
Yeah. I mean, a little bit of fake it till you make it. But
yeah.
But no, he was great. He was so great. And the ice cream scene, I mean, this is funny because this was pre-COVID when you could share an ice cream and it was like no problem. But that was such a fun scene. Yeah. And I keep replaying the behind the scenes clip.
Oh, yeah.
Because just hearing your directions was like, it was really interesting to hear it and then us do it and then like, it was great. It was so funny. Yeah, I think just going with it and having a good time. But he really internalized the story also, which was I really appreciated. Like, he understood what the song was about, the whole thing, because there are layers in a relationship, at least in the beginning, there are layers, and it's like, it's really exciting in the beginning, and, you want to go on that ride, like we're saying, but it's also, you don't know if you can trust the person yet, and you're scared to give in, and you don't know if you're going to get hurt, and I think, like, he understood that, so that was good, and you did too. That was the whole concept of the song, so I think, like, that understanding, I think, really showed through in the video.
Yeah. And I kind of liked how we kind of left it kind of ambiguous, because, like, when you watch the video and you watch and, like, you pay attention to, the love story aspect, because there's sort of, like, two storylines happening in the video. There's, like, you with your friends, and then you with the love interest. And with the love interest, it's not entirely clear where you're at in the relationship, because you could argue that we're seeing the first date. Yeah. You could also argue that you guys have been together for a year. Yeah. It's like, it's not entirely clear. Yeah. And then that last shot where, like, he goes for the kiss, but, like, you kind of tease him and you're, like, playing hard to get. That really, like, sets up that really, like, is, like, the cherry on top, I guess, for the ambiguity, because it's like, oh, like, you can't really, like, really distinguish like, where they're at in the relationship. And I love that about the video too, that it's not entirely clear. Yes. And it kind of leaves it up to the audience to come up with their own conclusion about the story. Totally. Yeah, I like that aspect of it too. It's kind of funny because in one of the scenes I'm with my friend on the wheel ferryle. What is it called? The wheel Ferris wheel? Ferris wheel. Oh my God. I'm having a moment. The Ferris wheel. What was I thinking of? I was thinking of Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell. No, what the hell? Why did I Ferris wheel. We were on the Ferris wheel. This is what happens when you're, like, in quarantine for too long. You just can't think of words. They escape you. In the Ferris wheel. Yeah. It almost looked like it was about us, me and my friend, for a second. Yeah. But it wasn't, and I think that was cool about it. Like maybe the love interest could just be like a flashback, and you're just... Yeah. Or like... Because we don't really show how I meet the love interest. He just appears, it's just like he's there. Right. One of the ideas, I remember a long time ago, we thought of, like, him writing his number on a piece of paper, and then I found it on the floor, and then meeting him later. Yeah. And I just thought, I think it's the ambiguity of it all is better than having, like, a straight narrative of, like, meeting him and, Yeah, I love that too. Because like I said before, like, I'm a huge fan of ambiguity. It just kind of, like, it lets the audience kind of carry on with their own thoughts even after. Like, I like movies like that too, like films that have an ambiguous ending, because it doesn't necessarily end there. You know, even though the movie's over, you kind of like leave the theater and you're like having a conversation, you know, at dinner, and you're you're just like talking about it. And I just like that. And I think it's cool that you kind of leave it all for the audience to like interpret certain things or read into certain things or whatever if they want to. And it's interesting how it could be something different than like the video I did with Charles. Like, he has his own interpretation of the video, and it's like kind of different than like what I was thinking. So like when he told me his interpretation, I was just told him like, oh, like that's interesting. I didn't see it that way. And I've always thought that was a cool dynamic to have with videos.
Sure. Yeah. It just worked out that way. Yeah. We were still going to film some more scenes, which is crazy.
Yeah, because there was the first filming day where it was just Yupi and Fabio, and then there was the main filming day where we shot like, you know,
pretty much everything under the bridge, the pier.
Yeah, in Santa Monica it was like 80% of the video was like shot there.
Yeah.
And we were supposed, and like I think like a week later was when the pandemic first quarantine happened.
Yeah.
And that was like
crazy.
Yeah, that was when everything started getting kind of like chaotic, and no one really knew what was like. The timing of
it was just unbelievable.
Yeah. And it was kind of a bummer because, like you were saying, there was actually, you know, other stuff that we were going to film. Like, I wanted to get more drone coverage, and I had come up with this whole like sequence of you in a car and stuff. I don't know if you remember that.
I do, with the bug or something.
Yeah.
That would have been really cool.
Yeah.
It would have just taken the story even further.
Yeah, pretty much. Just added a little more depth. And we were originally going to do that, but then everything got put on hold, and we weren't sure what was going to happen. So we were kind of just like,
at that point,
waiting around. And then I think eventually I just was like, you know, maybe we should just start editing and see what we have. So then I think I called you up and I said, hey, what if we just start cutting it together and we kind of see where we're at with this video and see what we need? Because there are some things that we do want to film some more, but let's see what we have, and then let's see how we could take it from there.
Yeah.
So then I edited the first cut, and I kind of felt like it was like good on its own, you know? Like it was still in like the editing phase, but I felt like, you know, I don't feel like anything is really missing. Like it feels like it felt like a music video. It didn't feel like anything was missing or that it was really necessary to like add even more to it.
I know.
So what I also wanted to do was we watched the music video together, and we kind of like we do like a commentary and just kind of like, I don't know, have some fun and just talk about the whole video. And
so cute. That looks so amazing. Like that.
Oh yeah, I love that shot. That shot was like literally how I put it in the screenplay. Like, okay, I want the camera to like do something along the lines of like this certain movement. Oh, there's the platform that you were on.
I know, the platform. I love the lighting and the coloring of where the Queen Mary was in the lighthouse.
Oh yeah, it was like golden hour.
Blue, but like those hues are so pretty.
Yeah.
That's what I love about it. There's so many colors in the video.
Yeah.
You know, it's super very colorful. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that I wanted the video to be very vibrant.
Yeah.
So that was pretty much my approach with like capturing color.
Yeah.
And what I've noticed too is that a lot of my music videos lately, I've just been filming in natural light. Like very little like artificial lighting or anything.
That's good. I think it's more real, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I love this. This little icon is so cute.
That was your idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you telling me you want to see like a little rocket going.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh yeah, that would be awesome.
So cute. Looks like we were having a really deep conversation. Well, we were. That's so funny. American flag.
Oh yeah.
America. I love the slow motion on the ride.
Oh yeah.
So cute. I love the little filter around it too. Yeah, I love the flashing lights.
I like how for a second it looks like a real car.
Yeah.
But then it's like this little.
Yeah, it's like a
ride
toy.
thing. Yeah.
I love that with the palm trees in the background. So fun.
That was probably one of my favorite shots right there.
Yeah, me too.
How like, cause I was with you guys on the Ferris wheel.
Oh,
like
yeah.
we were like the three of us were in there.
The wheel Ferris.
So like, yeah, I just love the, cause like, you know, like with filmmaking, filmmakers are basically like trying to lead the eye where to look. So, the way that played out was so cool because like he hits the, what is that called? Like the puck? Cause when you guys are, like he hits it and then it like goes and then we transition to the next shot and then like we're going up and then like the roller coasters, like, I was like, while we were on there for a while.
We were.
And I kept trying to like time like the cause like the Ferris wheel was right next to like the way they have the Ferris wheel positioned in that park is that everything's like all around you. So like the roller coasters like passing by and like there's these other rides like down there.
Yeah.
So I kept seeing like the roller coaster like track right there. And I wanted to get like something where like I see the roller coaster and then like I transition to you.
Yeah.
And the whole time we were on the ride, I kept like trying to like time it right, like hoping like, oh, I hope it's gonna like, you know, time right.
Yeah.
So like finally I was able to like get that shot where like we're going back up and then the roller coaster's coming and then like I follow it and then like you come into frame. So like just the whole like composition was like just like really came out great.
Oh, I know, I love that. I kept watching this ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm always trying to do stuff like that, like lead the eye to like look in certain places and then there's like stuff like that.
Yeah, but it wasn't overwhelming. It flowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Totally. I love that. Amazing.
Yeah, it's like a super fun video.
So fun. I know. It's so many good moments. It's like I just love watching it.
Yeah.
Like I really love watching it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It's like it's definitely, you know, some of my proudest work, you know, because it's like, you know, we both invested a lot into the video to like, you know, make it happen and bring it to life. Yeah. And like I'm super psyched about how it came out.
Me too.
I think it's awesome.
It's great. It's great. Honestly, like I love it. I love watching it. Fabio was so great. My friends were so great in it. It was such an easy thing to film.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like we had some challenges, but it wasn't like it just seemed, I just remember that day being a really easy day. You know, it just flowed. We were all on the same page about things, and you know, it was fun. We got to go on, you know, the Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
And I think that really shows in the video. Mm-hmm. You know, like the fun and joy of the process.
Yeah, if it would have been like a really bad day, it probably wouldn't have, like, probably wouldn't be able to capture that type of energy and emotion, because you and your friends were like genuinely having a blast, you know, all day. Totally. You know, because you guys are walking around the promenade and you're going on these rides, so you were literally like having a lot of fun. Yeah. And I was just like documenting everything, so it was super fun. That's great. To like do. Yeah. So what is next for you?
Well, I'm gonna be putting out more videos, hopefully, with my next songs. I really want to start releasing more music, and I think I'm gonna start doing that next month. Yeah, next month. I have a couple songs lined up, and there's so much. I have like a handful of songs. I'm just waiting for everyone to hear. Yeah. So I'm so excited.
Well, we're looking forward to all of that.
Yeah.
And where could everybody find you online?
You can find me with Sylvia Bosco Music, and you can use that for Instagram or Facebook. Hopefully YouTube. Because YouTube is weird. You have to have like a certain amount of subscribers before you can have your own URL.
Oh, yeah, right.
But you just can search Sylvia Bosco.
Awesome. Well, Sylvia, thank you so much for being a part of this.
Of course.
This was a really great conversation.
Yeah.
And I look forward to the next video.
Yeah, thank you.